Hello everybody and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. This is part 4 of our walking tour of Cleveleys Seafront, and as you can see we're at the side of Mary's Shell. You can see that because I'm literally right at the side of it. We've been all the way down the seafront from Anchor Zone Park up there, which is in Blackpool. We've walked from Victoria Road West all the way down to where we are at the moment, which is at the side of Jubilee Gardens, the park at the side of the seafront, which is just over there, over the back of there. And this is the cafe, the Seafront Cafe where Star Wars was filmed. And now we're going to head in that direction to do part 4 of our walking tour of Cleveleys Seafront and take a look at Rossall Beach. But before we do that, make sure that you've subscribed to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel. Make sure you've hit that little bell for notifications. And don't forget to sign up for your weekly Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter as well. It's absolutely packed full of interesting things and it's delivered to your inbox every week. So as you can see, we're walking in this direction and I'm going to show you where all the facilities are before we head off down the seafront at Rossall Beach. So I'm going to try and not make myself puff and pant by the time I get to the top of the steps. The starlings are in fine voice. They've got that September chitter chatter to them as they're all gathering. So this is the Seafront Cafe, and at the back of these wave walls are actually an outdoor shower. There you go. Somewhere to wash your feet off and wash your dog off. An outdoor shower. And at the back of this little wall is a children's splash pad area. I think I can hear water running. I can hear water running. There you go, children's splash pad. Anybody that wants to go at that today, fill your boots, you've got it to yourself. So we're actually right at the side here of Jubilee Gardens and the long stay car park. So I'll just pop round this corner and show you where the car park is. These are obviously the toilets, all accessed by coin slot, 30p fee. These are the little fishing boats that are going home after the day fishing. So there's a short stay car park against the seawall, but this is the long stay car park where you better go in if you've got plans for a day at the beach. This is Jubilee Gardens at the side of it, and this is the venue, which is our regular haunt, with plenty of chairs and tables at the front for you to enjoy the view and the sunshine. So we're going to go and take a walk northwards, which is in the general direction of Fleetwood, and we're going to go and take a look at some of the interesting things at Rossall Beach, because it might look like just a pebbly beach, but it's actually a lot more interesting than you might actually think. So this beach is not actually subject to a dog ban. So if you've got a doggy and you want to take it for a walk on a beach, this is your beach to head for. So you've got from here, from kind of this corner, right the way, all the way down there up to Fleetwood to go out. So you've got plenty of space to enjoy. Plenty of space. These are the storm gates. And yes, on a beautiful day like this, it's difficult to imagine that the storms and the waves and the wind are going to come up and over that seawall, but believe me, they do. And it can be vile. Oh, somebody's lost a bunny, look. What a bunny. I wonder where that's come from. Is it an ice cream? Oh, poor bunny. I wonder who that belongs to. If it's your bunny, you know where he is. You can come and collect him. So this is all about the Rossall Beach group, this information sign, that look after this promenade and this seafront. So the group looks after this stretch right up to what's called the 5-bar gate at Rossall School, although it's not quite a 5-bar gate now. These are all memorial benches against the seawall which people have had installed to remember their loved ones. And these are the little tractors that take the fishing boats in and out. So there's parking and toilets and all the facilities that you want at the side of the beach access there, but at the back of us where we've come from. And there's more parking down here in front of us where we're going to next. But there aren't any more toilets, so if you want to go to the loo, you need to go to the ones at the side of the cafe. Next stop is the tower at Rossall Seafront. So you need to make sure you've done your toilet break, folks. We're back onto our favourite subject again, aren't we? So these information signs are quite interesting, and these were all produced by the Rossall Beach group. There's a series of them all the way along the seafront, so you can read them as you do your walk down the prom. This is one of the trailers for one of the boats, and this is a big stone groin that's been in place for, I'm going to take a guess, it's about 7 years maybe, something like that. And that was built to stabilise the beach, because prior to that being put in place we were getting really, really, really deep channels in the beach which people were just getting cut off in left, right and centre. It was really dangerous, and it's made a big difference. But there's a new beach management, beach stabilisation project that's going to be starting at some point in the coming months and weeks, and that is to stabilise the top section of beach, because this is, as you can see, an old sea wall, and there's no steel reinforcement at the bottom of it. So God forbid, in the worst case scenario, if there were to be a really bad storm that undermined it, it could erode all the bottom of the sea wall and cause it to collapse. And it's also quite bad for allowing big waves to form, which then come over the top of the wall. So the beach management project is going to be starting at some point. Don't ask me when, because I don't know exactly. So this is going to be, this pebble and shingle is going to be scraped away from the seawall, and there are going to be rocks put against the line of the seawall, and then all the beach put back over the top of it. So you won't see them. It'll be like an iceberg. It's all floating underneath. Maybe not floating, but you get the meaning. And we're coming up to another interesting little fact at this point here as well, because this, would you believe, is where the cable connects to the offshore wind farm. And there's a long high voltage cable. There's a long high voltage cable comes up the beach from the offshore wind farm, and it's hazy again, so you can't actually see it. It's right out there. So the cable was delivered by a ship, and it comes up to that mark there on the beach, and then it comes underneath the seawall, and it goes down Thornton Gate, and then in a trench it goes all the way around the streets and the houses to the substation at Stanner. So that's today's little known interesting fact. So that's the end, that metal that you can see there, that's the end of the cofferdam that was built in this position against the sea wall to enable the workmen to be able to put the cable underneath. And again, there's information about all of that on Visit Cleveleys. find out anything you want to know on Visit Cleveleys. It's a mine of information. Seems like a lifetime ago. Very interesting. It's like somebody's camping. Somebody's enjoying the slightly autumnal sunshine. And if anybody's wondering, this information board has been knocked out on numerous occasions by the waves because this sea wall here, this sand, has been eroded and dropped a lot, which has allowed really big waves to form. You can see that the board's a mess. What's taking off really? The board's been knocked out I don't know how many times by the sea, coming up at the back of it and flipping it off. So it's currently in our garage for safekeeping. Can't contemplate the idea of it just disappearing and never being found again. So all this straw and twigs and seaweed and debris that you can see on the beach. In fact, there's two little birds there, look, demonstrating for me. It forms a fabulous habitat for food for the little birds. They're pied wagtails, car park birds as I call them, because you usually see them in a car park. Very strange. I've no idea why they seem to live in car parks. But it's a really good habitat for food for wild animals. So that's fine, that can stop on a beach. It's the plastic that needs removing or shouldn't have been put there in the first place. So this is where we're coming up to Seafront car parking. You can see that even though you can bring your dog on the beach, there are plenty of bins for you to put your dog poo in. So bag it, bin it and dispose of it. Don't drop it on the floor at the side of the bin. There's usually a bag at the side of the bin. And this is the car parking area, so this is all free car parking. There you go, look, toilets that away. No more toilets until you get to Rossall Tower. Plenty of places to sit, plenty of places to park. Amazing weather. The views down here are just delightful. You can sit on one of these benches. You can sit down, in fact we'll sit down, shall we? You can sit down and you can just enjoy that view, drink it in. Whatever time of day, it's absolutely beautiful at the minute. Gorgeous sunsets. You perhaps won't want to sit here on a bad day. Which nicely brings me on to storms and foam. Have you ever seen the sea foam at Cleveleys? The worst of it builds up at this end at Rossall Beach, and it's caused by algae decaying in the seawater. So you probably know that alginates are used to thicken food and things like shampoo and whatnot. It's a thickener. So the decaying algae, the decaying seaweed in the water, it sort of acts like a froth, a soap, and it holds the bubbles as the tide's slopping it about, and it makes this froth. This is our Rossall Beach notice board with all the latest information on it. For anybody that wants to know what's happening and what's coming up next. So the foam can build up feet deep. You can end up with it kind of, 4 or 5 feet deep, and it just looks like snow, only it's a little bit creamy coloured, it's not white. And if you're going to come down here on a day when there's foam flying, be prepared to wash your clothes and wash your car, because it's awful to fish off. Absolutely awful. So the only facility that you've got down here is an ice cream, but it's not bad. It's not bad going. You've got plenty of seafront parking, free seafront parking, places to sit. That's one thing I can't do, balance pebbles. Ice cream. What a lovely place. It looks like we've got a camera crew here. A bit more advanced than my equipment.
What do you want, mate?
Might be of interest in what they're doing when I come back. And this is the 5-bar gate. And it used to be a 5-bar gate, and I think now it's got more bars. So when we get up there, we'll count them, shall we? And this is sort of known as the demarcation line for the end of Rossall Beach. How many bars has it got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 6. It's a 6-bar gate. And just through the gate, you can see some slightly strange looking sort of rampart things. You see them? They're like little castellated blocks of concrete. They're known as the tank traps. And that's another story all of its own, also covered separately. We need to revisit that soon because I've got some more information about that. Let's just say it's a little bit of old history that you perhaps might have not expected. So that's the lovely part 4 of our guide to Cleveleys Seafront. So make sure that you've subscribed to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel. Make sure that you've hit that little bell for notifications and you'll know when we upload new content or go live from beautiful places like this. And don't forget to make sure you've signed up for your newsletter. Bye for now.